Have you seen those videos and photos circulating all over social media? If you're into K-dramas or follow Korean actors, especially in Asia, you've probably come across them. Lee Soo-hyuk looking absolutely drained, shirt soaked in sweat, barely holding it together at his fan meeting in China. It hits you right away. What happened to him? Was it just a bad day or something more? In this video, we're going to piece together what really happened using reports, media coverage, and official statements. We'll also address the wild rumors floating around suggesting he might have been on something and see if there's any truth there. Plus, since he's blowing up with roles in projects like S-Line and Doom at Your Service, we'll look at how this rising fame might be pushing him too hard. And finally, we'll break down the psychological and medical side. Why did he look that way? And what does exhaustion like this really do to someone? Let's start with the facts. On August 30th, 2025, Lee Soo-hyuk held his first solo fan meeting in Hangzhou, China, titled Eternal Magic Hour, Heart-Stirring. Tickets sold out in just 2 minutes, which shows how massive his popularity is there. He's got that brooding, model-turned-actor appeal since debuting in 2006 and breaking out with dramas like The Scholar Who Walks the Night and Queen Wu. The original plan was a 6.5-hour schedule. Rehearsal around noon, main show from 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., and then photos, high touches, and autographs from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. But here's the catch. According to media reports from Taiwan and Korea, things spiraled when organizers oversold tickets. Lee ended up signing autographs for thousands more people than planned, stretching the whole event to nearly 12 hours, non-stop, with no real breaks. And if that wasn't bad enough, the venue's AC failed in the August heat, basically turning it into a sauna. Photos show him drenched, pale, and looking unsteady as the night dragged on past midnight, wrapping up around 2 a.m. Reports claimed organizers even demanded hundreds of extra poster signings and insisted he couldn't leave until it was all finished. By the end, he was visibly stumbling, and those clips went viral across social media, sparking outrage over how the event was handled. His agency, Saram Entertainment, which he had only just joined after leaving YG in July, took 4 days to respond. On September 3rd, they issued a statement calling it unforeseen circumstances and thanking fans. But they also thanked the organizers, which backfired and fueled even more anger. A follow-up statement on September 5th denied the full 12-hour claim, saying he had chosen to stay longer because it was his first in-person fan meeting in 10 years. They also emphasized there were no serious health problems, just heat and fatigue. Still, many people felt the explanations downplayed the obvious mismanagement. Now, let's address the rumors, the ones suggesting he might have been using something. Honestly, there's no evidence of that. I checked through multiple reports and online discussions, and not a single credible source mentions drugs or intoxication. The agency's September 5th statement even warned of legal action against malicious speculation. And if you look at his symptoms, sweating heavily, pale, unsteady, that's exactly what heat exhaustion and dehydration look like. Spending hours in a hot, overcrowded venue without proper breaks is more than enough to explain his condition. The rumor mill only kicked in because of how out of it he appeared, but when you connect the dots, it's simple biology, not scandal. Stepping back, this incident feels even bigger when you consider where Lee is in his career right now. After years as both a model and actor in shows like White Christmas and Doom at Your Service, his Cannes spotlight with S-Line pushed him to a new international level. But switching agencies right before diving into overseas events may have left cracks in planning and safety. The entertainment industry, especially in high-demand markets like China, has a track record of chaotic, oversold events, and Lee's case fits right into that pattern. This wasn't just a bad night. It highlights how rising stars can get pushed beyond limits in the name of fan service and exposure. So what was really happening to him physically and mentally? Medically, the signs point to heat exhaustion and dehydration. In a hot venue with little air circulation, your body can't cool itself properly. Blood pressure drops, dizziness kicks in, and you risk collapse. That pale, unsteady look wasn't mysterious. It was his body struggling to regulate under stress. On the psychological side, there's also burnout. Burnout builds gradually from stress and overcommitment. Performers often push harder out of perfectionism or duty, but the result is emotional and physical overload. For Lee, this was his first in-person fan event in a decade, so the pressure to give everything likely compounded the toll. The adrenaline of performing followed by endless interactions can lead to a sharp crash, leaving someone drained and detached. If left unchecked, this cycle can harm long-term mental and physical health, though the agency insists he's recovering well. Wrapping this up, the Hangzhou fan meeting ended up being a case study in poor planning, overcommitment, and industry pressure. What we saw wasn't evidence of anything shady. It was straightforward exhaustion made worse by heat and overwork. His career is finally getting the global recognition it deserves, even though he has been in the industry for quite a long time, and that makes this moment even more important. I really hope he takes care of himself, both physically and mentally, and doesn't feel pressured to overdo it just to meet rising expectations. At the same time, I also hope people stop jumping to baseless rumors and harmful speculation. Because when it comes to Korean society and the entertainment world, we've seen again and again how quickly things can spiral, sometimes with tragic consequences. And from what we've seen of him in interviews and appearances, he seems like a genuinely kind and grounded person. At the end of the day, I just hope he stays happy in every way possible and that entertainers like him don't have to deal with endless, unnecessary speculation. All that matters is that he remains healthy, supported, and able to continue doing what he loves without being pushed beyond his limits.